All right, let's get right into it. Today we're talking about passing the South Carolina life insurance exam. If you're prepping for it, you already know it's a huge deal, a major step in your career. So we're going to break down a specific roadmap that's designed to get you across that finish line.
We've all been there, right? That feeling you get when you're staring down a big, high-stakes exam. It's stressful. The real question isn't just what you need to study, but how you can prepare in a way that actually builds your confidence instead of your anxiety. So what does a plan that does that really look like?
You know those generic one-size-fits-all study guides? They often miss the little details that matter. It seems the real key is a solution that is built specifically for the challenge at hand. In this case, tailored from the ground up just for the South Carolina exam.
And that specific solution has a name. It's the SE Life Insurance Prep Course, and it's from an organization called EW Tech Edu. Their whole goal here was to create something to help people nail this one particular exam. So, who is a course like this really for? Is it for someone who's just starting out and has never taken a licensing exam before? Or is it for folks who might need a refresher? Let's take a look at who it's meant to help.
It really boils down to two main groups. First, it's for anyone stepping up to the plate for the very first time. And second, it's for people who've maybe taken a swing at it before and are now looking for a different approach, a better strategy, to make sure they succeed this time around.
Okay, so what's under the hood? What's in this toolkit? The idea isn't to just throw a textbook's worth of information at you. It's about giving you a whole system of tools, where the real goal isn't just learning, but actually remembering what you learned. The learning path is actually a pretty clever cycle. You start with explainer videos that break down the really complicated stuff. Then, you've got PDF study guides so you can review anywhere, even offline. After that, you test yourself with interactive quizzes for immediate feedback. And here's the cool part. You then use that knowledge in realistic client scenarios. Finally, you track how you're doing with mini assessments. It's a full circle, from learning to doing. And that method, using those realistic client situations, it actually has a name: case-based learning. The idea is so powerful because instead of just memorizing a bunch of abstract rules, you're put in a position to solve the kinds of problems you'd actually face on the job. It completely shifts your focus from just remembering facts to actually thinking critically. There's a quote from the study guide itself that I think just nails the whole philosophy here. It says the course focuses on comprehension and retention through a variety of learning modalities. In other words, it's all about attacking the material from every possible angle to make absolutely sure it sticks with you. Okay, so we've seen the tools. Now let's look at the actual journey you'd be on. This isn't just a random pile of topics, it's a very deliberate roadmap that takes you from the absolute fundamentals all the way to what you need to do on exam day. And you can see how it's laid out, it's really logical. It builds everything from the ground up. You start with the basics of life and health insurance, then you move into the practical stuff like underwriting, and then, and this is so important, it zeroes in on the most critical part, South Carolina's own specific laws and regulations. It all ends with strategy and full-on practice exams. You're building your knowledge layer by layer.
Look, having all the right tools and a great map is one thing, but the other half of the battle is time, right? How does this all fit into an already busy schedule? Well, the timeline here is designed to be clear and, most importantly, totally achievable.
Which brings us to the big, practical question on everybody's mind. What kind of time commitment are we actually talking about to make this work? And the recommended pace is super manageable. The goal is to get through about 3 to 4 of those modules every week. That keeps you moving forward at a steady pace without it feeling like you're getting buried. And if you keep up that pace, get this, you can get through the entire course in just 2 to 3 weeks. That's it. It takes what feels like this huge, daunting mountain of a task and turns it into a short, focused, and totally doable sprint. And just for a quick peek behind the curtain, the course itself is hosted on the Anointed EDU platform, and the whole thing is powered by EW TechNerd, LLC. So you have a clear picture of the technology making it all happen. Now, this might be one of the biggest benefits of all: ongoing access. The course doesn't just lock you out once you've gone through the modules, and that's a real game changer for retaining information, because you can always circle back to a topic that felt a little tricky. You can even use it for a last-minute cram session the night before your exam. It puts you completely in charge of your own review. So when you see a plan like this, it kind of reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? The goal isn't just to scrape by and pass a test. It's to walk in feeling genuinely competent and prepared. And that leaves us with one last thought. What if the best way to beat exam anxiety isn't just more studying, but a smarter process that's designed to build your confidence from the very start?